So, what made you to start your business?
So, if I was given a course to teach on entrepreneurship, I thought that it can't be taught if I am not an entrepreneur. So, that drove me.
Generally, when I met with some lots of founders or investors, generally they tell me that okay, we invested in 10, I want one to grow. So, how you will see like the 9 others what they are doing, or how the one calculations are going on?
So recently I wrote a book, How to Raise Startup Funding in India. And it's a very interesting book which I have published.
So, how you will take that? Like you got lots of pitches that their ideas will remain validated, like nobody gonna copy that idea.
It's a very interesting question because ideas.
So, let's try this AI hack. Welcome to new episodes of Growth Secrets with Mastermind Implementation with AI Hacks with Nipun Sial, AI automation marketing specialist and founder of 3 companies. So today we have with us Dr. Karminder Ghuman, Chief Coordinator, Science and Technology, Entrepreneurial Park, Thapar University, and co-founder of B School Bulls. Today, what we're gonna learn and implement is first theory and practical significance. Second, fundamentals of funding. Third, learnings from a successful and failed incubated startup. Fourth, last but not least, one AI hack. So stay tuned till end. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe for more updates. Welcome to new episodes of Growth Secrets with Mastermind Implementation with AI Hacks. So today we have with us Dr. Karminder Ghuman, founder of B School Bulls and Chief Technology Officer, Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park, Thapar University, Patiala. So welcome, sir. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So what made you to start your business?
Okay, so as you know that I'm with the university. So within university, there are people who are scholarly, but they are not practitioner. And in outside world, there are practitioners, but they are not scholarly. So we came across this interesting concept called scholarly practitioner. So this concept appealed to me, that why people who are scholarly in academia are not practitioners. So if I was given a course to teach on entrepreneurship, I thought that it can't be taught if I am not an entrepreneur. So that drove me to make this decision that entrepreneurship I should teach well only when I am actually doing it on a daily basis. Then I would know how entrepreneurs feel and what journey they go through. So I was knowing the theory of entrepreneurship, and this practice of entrepreneurship together is building up this whole entrepreneurial mindset amongst our MBA students at the Upper School of Management.
Right, that's very well said, sir. Because the challenge with us, like while I'm also a pass out of Thapar University, the challenge with us is like during study, the theoretical concepts and while doing the practical on-site works are quite different. So how you take that? Like right now you have made changes in the theoretical part of MBA also, or it's else the same one which is gonna doing from last 10, 15 years?
So as a teacher, it hurts me. Two things very much hurt me. One, once people say it is bookish, and sometimes they say, "Oh, what you teach doesn't work in the world." You know? So I was very much perplexed that this should not be. How can we teach which actually works? So that means we need to reorient our whole teaching system. So, say in my entrepreneurship course, which I teach to regular MBA students, 40% of their evaluation comes from starting a venture at campus. and they don't write a written exam for those 40 marks. They daily maintain a diary the way entrepreneurs do. Activities done today, plan for tomorrow, learning and reflections. And then they have to do a small transactions, maintain a balance sheet, profit and loss account, and they have to present their business at the end of the course. So 40% of their evaluation is actually coming from doing business. So, and I've seen that some of the students who were doing this entrepreneurship course project, they actually started doing the same business after doing MBA. So that is very heartening to see that my course is a kind of a lab, a workshop for trial and experiments for a student to understand whether my business idea will work. So they can try and test for 2 years. So if it is working out well, they become entrepreneurs. Or if it is not working out that well, they can join a corporate.
Right. So at that time, like 10, 12 years back, while doing an MBA, there was a aim like they will do a job in a high corporate company, right? So after like Shark Tank comes into picture and lots of other stuff, there is a change in tendency. Like now people want to do the startup. So how's the ratio going on these days? Like you are into MBA, so everybody wants to start a startup, or how else like after doing MBA?
There is a wishful thinking that I'll do. And the percentage is increasing, number one. And we do not calculate how many of them became entrepreneur immediately after MBA. We look at that some of them will leave the job after 1 year, 2 year. So rather than having a goal at our MBA program that we are here to develop entrepreneurs, no, our goal is to develop entrepreneurial mindset. So we take them that whenever you join even a corporate, you work there not as an employee, but as an intrapreneur, as an entrepreneur within that business, and then always keep this dream alive so that after some time, when you have insights regarding those businesses in which you are doing as an employee, you can later become entrepreneur yourself. So we don't see that immediately after MBA how many are becoming. Yes, that percentage is increasing, and earlier it was not an option. Now it is a strong option for many students.
Right. And lots of startups looks for funding, and you are helping them to get funds, because if once they have some funds, then they can explore more, do more experiments. So generally when I met with some lots of founders or investors, generally they tell me that okay, we invested in 10, I want one to grow. So how you will see like the nine others what they are doing, or the how the one calculations are going on? It's from the investor perspective.
So recently I wrote a book, How to Raise Startup Funding in India. And it's a very interesting book which I have published. So the funding, people think it is just equity investment. No, funding is grants, debt, and equity. These are three types of funding. And you are ready to get funding as a grant at the initial stage. Then you might be adding some debt, and then you might get into equity. Then equity is also of various types. You get equity from HNIs, then you get from angel networks, and then you might be moving to the VCs. So there is a whole ecosystem of investors and funders and debtors around us, whether crowdfunding, peer-to-peer lending. So it is very interesting times. I am the chief coordinator for Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park, and we have two government schemes at the moment. One is MIghty, Ministry of Electronics and IT's Tide 2.0 program, where we are providing grant of either 4 lakh or 7 lakh, which is not to be returned, no equity required, no debt. It is to be taken as a grant. And we have distributed more than 1 crore to the startups in this as a grant. And then we have a Startup India Seed Fund. And this Startup India Seed Funds, it invests by taking a valuation into those companies. And the range in which Startup Seed India Fund that we are investing is 25 lakh to 35 lakh. And we have seen good amount of success stories. Yes, there are failures. Startups, we should not compare them with traditional businesses. Startups are more like experiments. And that is why incubators are there. Like Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park is an incubator. And then there are accelerators. So these incubators, accelerators are the places where these founders or entrepreneurs, they can experiment at a low cost. So we try to teach people to remain lean and not to burn all the resources that they have, and also to be ready to pivot from time to time. So if this is not working, then what will make it work? How to change a bit, how to tweak the business model, how to offer a different service. So this open mindedness is a very critical part. So that is why mentoring plays a very vital role in the journey of an entrepreneur. So people think entrepreneurship is a one man army. No, he has to have a team working along and mentors working as advisors to him or her, because he also has his own lean patches. When he needs to go and consult with the wise people who have been in that journey some time ago. So there will be failures. We should not call them failures, rather. We should call them experiment that did not work. And if you have two things left with you, one is courage to come back, and second is some resources to invest. You will come back from this experiment which did not work to set up another venture. So we should teach our young students that they should stop treating failure as opposite of success. They should start treating failure as something, as a two sides of the coin of success. So each failure is contributing to success.
Right, very well said, sir. Because sometimes, like when I started my business, I was very zero because I don't belong to a business family, so I was at a middle class. And the thing is, like, mentoring was not in our part. Like, if like what I have achieved in a decade, if I get a right mentoring, I can achieve in 3 to 4 years only. And the only part is then we need to see that, and that time in funding was not. And after 4 5 years, when you work and you are like bootstrapped and you have lots of good revenue, then you don't want funding until unless you are doing that much like big scale stuff. And at that time, like then I thought like where will I get a mentoring? Then here I came to know about the courses. Then I just keep on purchasing the courses. Right now till date, generally my 20 30% learning goes to books, and the other stuff is like courses. And now people, like I met so many, like when doing their digital, I met so many startups and well established companies, how like if they are already at a millionaire, how they can go scale their business. But like as a startup, they always fight for like, okay, we want some funding. Where they will get all that information? Are you posting something on your social media, or what are the new schemes of a government? There is a loophole. Like every people are not aware like where they
Most
can
of the
get.
people are not aware.
Yeah, okay, they get these facilities like right now 4 lakh 7 lakh. If a people want that, they want to check the product market fit, it's very good for them. So from where, like from your medium, I just want to ask from where they can check that.
It should not sound a bit boasting, but this book which I wrote, How to Raise Startup Funding in India, it has various subsections. It talks about number one, uh, validating whether your startup will get funding or not. Every startup will not get funding as far as equity investment is concerned. So it first tells you difference between a business and a startup, number one. Then it tells about the government schemes, whether it is by Department of Science and Technology, whether it is BIRAC, defense departments. So all the government departments, they have come with various type of research and innovation promotion schemes. And government has come with the public-private partnership model. So there is say one scheme called Atal Innovation Mission, through which the Atal incubation centers are opened at various colleges in this region. Also, there are many. So in my book, there is a list of all Atal incubation centers. And not only the centers, the name, the contact authority, the email ID, their mobile numbers, how you can reach out to them. So now the first stage for any entrepreneur to raise funding is to connect with some incubator or accelerator. Like Punjab Innovation Mission is there, ISB is there, then IIT Mandi has its own accelerator, Thapar has STEP. So in this region itself, there are so many people don't know. So Punjab Innovation Mission is a very interesting public-private partnership of a government of Punjab and a body led by professionals, and they have their accelerator near the airport road. So there is a huge infrastructure of incubators, accelerators, both public as well as private. So once you go through them, then the second layer that we have to understand is angel networks. So there are different angels, whether networks or individuals, they have different focuses also. So in my book, I have classified various angels, what is their focus, what has been their past investment so far. And then the next round is VCs. So which are the VC funds, which is their focus, at which stage they fund, whom to contact, where are their offices, all information is there. And then it goes up to IPO. So that's the final stage. So we say companies like Nike, Nika and Paytm going up to the stage of IPO as well. So that's why the tagline of the book is from idea to IPO. So it covers all stages. I request the viewers they can uh, search about for
Yeah,
it.
I will put that into the description of this podcast
Yes.
also from there because it's very much need of an hour.
Yes, and people are not aware.
Yeah,
That's
and when they goes to their traditional uncles, they will ask for 50% equity, 60,
yes.
they will fund you, then you
Yes,
need to do this. Then
these HNIs, they are they grab, and one should be very clear about funding. Two elements which I want to clarify through this podcast. Number one is that if you dilute too much of your equity at a very early stage, then you are not left with anything to be given for angel networks and VCs. So at the first, and in this book we have told that in the first round you should try to dilute only up to 10 to 12 to 15%. Although people will look for 20 to 25, if you are able to have the first round, the 10 to 15% of dilution, then, and you should only do if you are in a dire need of funds. Don't, this funding is a sexy word. People are raising funding just to validate or sound successful. Funding comes with a lot of obligations, conditions. So don't raise funding if you don't require. If you have your own revenue going, you should raise only funding if you see others might scale up fast. Because in IT businesses, there is a concept called winner takes it all. So if you feel that you will grow at a slow pace without funding and somebody else might take it all because of funding, then you should certainly look at it because this winner takes it all is a something that we should be aware of. So we should be very much clear whether I need funds, how much funding I require. Because say if I raise more funding and I know not knowing where to deploy, so before even going for funding, you should have a financial plan that where would I put in this money? How? In which way? So that's why you go with the business plan along with the pitch. So people should be knowing that there is a concept of business plan which articulates how the funds will be deployed once they are raised and for what purpose are you looking for the funds.
right. And I was sitting with a startup and like I was brainstorming something for them. And then I told them, "Well, why not you just validate ideas in the open pitches and all?" And then they will feel like that my idea will not get stolen. So how you will take that, like you got lots of pitches, that their ideas will remain validated, like nobody gonna copy that idea. So how, because lots of pitches you are coming into this. So how you deal with that situation?
It's a very interesting question because ideas, if we think that they are only my ideas, whatever idea that you're thinking in the universe at the same time, hundreds and thousands of people are getting the same idea, and hundreds would be working on that idea also. It is just your feeling that it will get stolen. More important than idea is execution. So let this idea be, don't be too afraid of idea. Execution is very important, and to stay ahead of others who are stealing. Say, for example, Uber is there, so Ola came. So Ola launched its services, but Uber has to stay ahead of Ola, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. Amazon comes and Flipkarts will come. In service sector, there is no protection of patents and other things. So the ideas will get copied here and there. More focus should be on execution.
Yes, because sometimes it happens like when you are talking with your friend and then you tell me, okay, we'll start this. And after a month, you will see one company who is doing the same stuff.
Yes,
Then they keep on talking. Even it happens after 2 years also. Like if we started over that, the major part is of the execution. That's what we are trying to do in that podcast is rather listening to us, also implement something out of it.
yes.
Like when you tell me about your book, so if people go and read that book, they will get their thoughts clear. Okay, so I get funding from this, I get funding
Different
from that.
sources.
Yes.
Peer to peer lending is a big, crowdfunding is another framework. So there's so many frameworks which are available at the moment.
Can you share a successful startup journey whom you funded?
Many. At Thapar, like we are an incubator. So I'll tell you about super successful ventures as well as early stage success ventures, both. So we gave an initial funding to a Thapar student who was doing his project semester, the last semester of his BTech. And the company name is Minus Zero, and they have produced the autonomous driving vehicle in India. And they have used technology, not the sensors, but the cameras. And now they want to become the Intel inside of autonomous vehicles. So they don't want that we will produce the autonomous vehicles. We will supply that software part of the autonomous vehicle for large auto manufacturers. So they have raised crores of rupees after being initially supported by Thapar under the Mighty grant. So that's a very big success story. It's a 70-member team now working from Bangalore, having contracts with the leading auto manufacturers in India. They have been showcased in all the Minus Zero is a great success. So the second company which I would like to highlight here is, for which I am also a co-founder and a strategic advisor along with my role here, and that is B School Bulls. So this is a company which the Thapar supported initially from the Mighty grant, and then Himachal Pradesh University has given a 10 lakh funding to this company later. And this company works on a simulation of the stock market, not to make traders or investors. It works to bring real life business experiences, decision making to the students doing MBA, BBA, and BCom at various universities. So now we have tied up around 20 universities with whom we have an MOU, and this solution is gaining acceptance as a part of the curriculum of MBA program in universities. So the way it has not only a trading platform, virtual trading without money they do for the students, it also has a faculty dashboard. So whatever the student is doing, the teachers have an access to it, and teachers can give assignments. Let me give you one example. Now monetary policy is going to come from RBI. So the teachers are giving assignment today that monetary policy will come, say, after a week's time. Today, you make some assumptions. What kind of monetary policy it will be? And today, you take some kind of a position in banking and finance stocks. And then, after the release of monetary policy, when the impact come on the share prices, you sell it. And then you see the difference. And then you validate your assumptions that I assumed monetary policy will be like this based on these factors. So I thought these stocks will do like this. actual monetary policy was like this, and the stocks behaved like this. So now I will never forget monetary policy in my life.
Right. That's where we come into the part theory versus practical, which we started.
Yes, and I normally tell people, you have used versus, people say either or. So I, as an entrepreneur myself, as an entrepreneurship teacher also, and entrepreneurship enabler also. So I see myself in three roles: entrepreneurship teacher, as a faculty at MBA program of LM Thapar School of Management, entrepreneurship enabler as a chief coordinator of Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park, and a co-founder and an entrepreneur him. So these three roles tell me one great learning which I want to share with the audience, that wherever you see these words versus or either or, try to replace them with and. So rather than saying theory versus practical, why should not we say theory and practical? So we are trying to bring this, like internships are key part of our company, that is B School Bulls. So we say that why student has to sometime do study and sometime do internship. No, we want to break this myth. We say in the morning you study, in the evening you do internship, so that your theory class in the morning is supplemented by the internship in the evening. So earlier there was a division. So students used to go to companies to do internship. Now with remote work coming up and work from home is there, freelancing is getting up, gig economy is developing. So students don't need to go to companies anymore. They just need to get live projects. And our company, B School Bulls, provide internships, live projects. So students are doing it parallelly and they have a simulator to try and test out their ideas. So this is another company which I would like to tell, which is coming out of Thapar stable, and it will take more time than a typical autonomous vehicle company, because autonomous vehicle company is a purely soft and tech company. This has a lot of service component attached, so it will grow slowly, but it will solve the problem of employability in India. It will solve the problem of industry academia interface and bridging the gap between industry and academia and making the students more skilled. So while funding, one thing that we look at Thapar Innovate that we have, we see that what problem they are solving. How critical is the problem? So there are many problems which people are not solving at the moment. And I encourage more entrepreneurs to come in this space. How to use technology to enhance employability of the students. So once I was a teacher, I could feel the pain of students, that can I bring technology to solve the employability problem? So then this company, B School Bulls, came out. And it came out of my 20 years of experience in teaching and learning.
So, are you using AI in your business?
Yes. So in within the simulator, there is a component of AI. So what we do is that the students who are going to take a position in the stock, they can make their wish list and order lists ready by putting up that when this level reaches, I will do like this. So then those notifications, automations, they happen because I have made it ready. Say, for example, I'm in a class and my that level is going to be hit. So I cannot go out of the class to buy and sell on the virtual platform. Right. So AI can help me do that. Okay. So I have fit in the simulator that if Infosys reaches this level, I'll buy or sell, and a notification comes, go automatically, and the trade gets executed as well.
Okay. And what advice you want to give it to the young entrepreneurs about networking? I have seen you in lots of networking events. So, what advice you tell about
Yeah, networking should be 20% of the time. It can't be pure networking, number one. You need to have a substance. And secondly, if you go out to do networking, people will not be interested automatically to network with you. You should also have a value proposition to offer. So don't go with the mindset that what can I gain out of this networking event? Go with the mindset, what do I have to offer to this networking event? So people like give and take. So if you are going there as a merely a beneficiary, a recipient, people will come to know and they would not like to network too much with you. They will say he's a seeker, he's a taker. So be a giver in networking and be a giver for a long time. No worries, for 1 year, for 6 months, for 3 months. Don't be in a hurry and don't ask too early. People start asking in the first meeting or in the second meeting. Right. So networking should be done in a very systematic, gradual building. So it's a process in itself. So you need to make your visibility felt. You need make to understand your competency observed. Then your personality has to be felt by others, that you are not any cheat type of a person. You are a good human being. You are a competent person. So you need to work a lot over, and LinkedIn has to be used along with it, and then blogs have to be used along with it, and then you have to engage not only at the networking event, what you do at the post networking event. Like for example, I saw one of your solutions. I really liked it, that you meet at a networking event and then you send an interesting post through WhatsApp, and automatically something goes after a few days to the person. So it's engagement, not just an event. It's not a one thing that I'll meet you at the networking event and then I meet you in the next networking event. It's a continuous engagement.
Right. Anything you want to share that you have learned from, we can say, the not failed, the experienced startup, like anything you want to share, any valuable lesson?
Yes, one is that someone initially should and must be working full time once you are starting any project. The first company which I co founded, I would not like to take its name because we have sold it and for various reasons. So we had to sell it only because three of us came with an interesting concept, launched a private limited company. All three were very senior professionals, but all three were part time in it. Okay. So then there was no full time person doing it. So the first learning that came is one person should have a skin in the game. So just to give you an idea, the to the whom we sold the company, they were again two part timers. So we were able to sell. So two were part timers in that company, and they were trying to do it as a addition to their normal work. And then out of them, one realized that if I want to make this company success, I have to leave my other work and take this company full time. And I can tell you with a great confidence that company, after he is doing as a full time, is doing great. And the business model is the same with which we started that company.
Okay, that's remind me of one of my venture also. Like right now I have three ventures and I have started one cafe. And at that time, like my partner and I both are like part-time to the cafe. But somebody like right now, oh, food business is very growing and you get this and that. And we started a big cafe around 2000 square foot where parties are going on, everything. And hardly we have a time because we
Yes,
take it
both
as
are
a,
part time in that.
yeah, we take it as a part time. Like right now we are roaming, and generally when we gonna sit, we think that okay, we are sitting in the cafe and we can do the stuff like what we are doing with the digital and all opening. But whenever we go and sit in the cafe, then only we need to work dedicatedly towards the cafe
At least
because,
one of you.
yeah. But what happened is like generally we thought that when I am just sitting in a cafe, I can do lots of stuff, my other ventures like digital and other. But then I see like while sitting in the cafe, there are lots of running problems going on over there. Like some of the like head steward is not taking care of the, yes,
Cleanliness, or
and
so,
other stuff.
so
And
many
then
stuff
you,
is there.
then you bit get occupied over there and you are doing like why you are doing this and that. Then we thought like after running it over 1.5 year that there should be one person who will be sitting full
Full
time over
time.
here. Over here.
So this is the advice I want to give, that if you are
Yeah.
starting as a student or as an early stage person, one of you must be full time.
Right.
Don't all of you be a part timers working somewhere, all of you working part time and starting something.
That's very well said, sir. So our last round is of rapid fire round where will you ask some questions and you need to answer in 5 seconds.
Thank you. Sure, please shoot.
Coffee or tea?
Definitely coffee.
Favorite book?
Siddhartha by Herman Hesse.
One word that describe your business.
Experiential learning.
Biggest inspiration?
There's so many, but Guru Gobind Singh,
Favorite holiday destination?
Manali,
Introvert or extrovert?
both.
Best way to relax after a long day?
A good conversation with a good friend.
Favorite app on your phone?
What's up?
Okay. Favorite snack?
Cheese chili.
One habit you wish you want to break?
Not being too responsive on the phone calls.
Okay. Even I thought like as a teacher, you will tell, okay, if some student is not performing well, I will just lower down his grades.
No, I'm
I'm
poor
just
at
kidding.
phone calls. I'm very, very poor at phone calls. There is a whole lot of complaints from my side that I'm not good at phone calls.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. It's a very learning lesson. And I just want to know, like, if people wants to connect with you, because lots of viewers have some ideas and all that stuff. So which is the best platform where they can connect it with you?
What are the options like LinkedIn, WhatsApp, or any?
Yeah, any option. Like we'll put that into the description of this
No, they can
podcast.
WhatsApp
Okay.
also.
Okay.
That's one way of doing. I
But they're
think that's
definitely
faster.
gonna call you because you already tell that on
Ah,
call it's not gonna work. So that's
so
why.
WhatsApp is the best medium, I believe, because texting gives you a lot of freedom. मैंने आपको टेक्स्ट जैसे जब मैं देखो आप देखिए ना मैं चला मैंने टेक्स्ट कर दिया मैंने लोकेशन टेक्स्ट कर दी हमने फोन पे बात नहीं की.
Right. Yes. It saves times
No,
also.
no,
Like you want
you
to convey a
see, no,
message.
you
Yeah.
see it when you get time.
Right.
So it gives freedom. You want to respond to my saying it, it's okay. You got the message. So you might be doing something. I'm calling you. Oh, I've started. Oh, I've reached here. Well, there is no need. The text is. I love text actually. So that is the reason I am not good at phone calls.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us.
It's such a pleasure.
So you have seen lots of influencers and people when they tell you something to comment on their post and they will DM you and they have million of followers. How they are doing it? So they are doing it through automation. In this tutorial, I will tell you how I automate my clients' comments and their post, and let's try at my profile. So I need to check first my recent post related to this. So let's refresh it again and see I have created something related to Christmas and where the whole 10 days to comment AI tool to send something to them. So what we'll be doing is this time I'm using a tool called Chat Race. Oh, it's ChatGTP open up. Chat Race. Let's log in Chat Race. Here I have already connected my account. My Instagram is connected. Now I need to create a flow. So generic reply, I don't want any generic reply. Instagram AI tools. So tool part will be omni-channel send message. So what we'll be doing right now is, so tool will be like Instagram comment automation because they have already pre-built it. Add, so it is AI tools. So the post will be specific post and I need to select it from my profile because I don't want, yeah, this one is the post. Want to get unwrap some free AI stuff. I will continue that. Text, private reply to comment, and here public reply to comment. Please check your DM. and private reply will be a flow. Instagram AI tools, because I have created, but I need to map that. Please check your DM and I will see if we have some personalized kind of stuff. Okay, please check your DM. Here we can put comment equal to, but I am putting all comments right now. But the exact method is comment that contains, then we need to use AI and all that stuff. But I am putting it all comment. I don't want like some people write AI at the top, AI at the bottom. Reply only once to each immediately. Don't reply to replies to comment immediately. This stuff is done. And I have put the specific post. Instagram AI tools I need to automate. So what I will be doing is just getting it rotated and go to flows. Instagram AI tools. And I want to send this message. Add content that text content contains. Here is the free gift to secret WhatsApp community. Free gift. Let's add some emoji. It's coming free like this. Gift. Yeah. And button will be opening a website and link will be join now. And from where I will get a link, I already created from a tool that is Switchy. I just want to track how many people are clicking on my links, from where I'm getting the traffic. Let's choose Nippon, learn AI with Nippon Seal. This one is the community link. Let's copy that link over here, go to chat race. Yeah, okay, save that. To learn the free stuff with AI, join now. It's okay, good to go, and let's publish it. And yeah, success. I'm moving back. Instagram AI tool is okay, but where we have created that automation, I need to check, because we need to enable that also. Instagram automations, AI tools. Got it. Now I need to check it. Let's check it from some another profile that it's working or not. First I will go to this and refresh it again. Already somebody commented AI, but our automation was not live at that time. This one I need to do manually, but let's check with some another profile it's working or not. I have posted that stuff and we'll see. I need to refresh it and check do we getting it or not, because that's the first time I am using this tool. Otherwise ManyChat is the best tool in the market currently. Let's check at the back end. Do they capturing that? Yo, if user mention in your story you are replying to a user comment, yes. So it is sending that message. So let's go to Instagram messages. I checked with this profile. Yo, it's working. No, it's getting perfectly fine. So here I click on join now and I am getting that WhatsApp link to join that community. It's working perfectly fine.